Good afternoon, all. Paul from CamelbackTrading.org coming to this Wednesday afternoon, April 30th. We're looking at window traders, market profile of the S&NQ. Was an exhausting day mentally, let me tell you, as the Bears initially took control with the gap and pushed down strong, only to have the Bulls in B period jam on the brakes. They snuffed out the Bears at B's lows, and then grinded higher. We get an afternoon pullback. We attempted to go trend in ES. ES trend failed today 3 times. NQ held the trend day up. And then we go out with a tremendous price probe late in the day. The market attempted to spike in J. That failed. And then they probed in M. We are now making new highs in the maintenance session. If that's the high going into tomorrow, if the overnight starts and goes below it, I will use that. Okay? Now, Microsoft and Facebook earnings are out. So that's what's been pushing up the market as after the close. Was that an end of the month run up in M period? Possibly. I told the room I was caught totally by surprise on that, because after spiking or attempting to spike in J and that failed, and then we were just meandering about where our POC was and everything, did not expect that. So again, either that was a late surge end of month, or somebody heard, or somebody got an early glance at one of those earnings. I wouldn't be surprised by anything. Righty goes out with an afternoon pullback in G and a price probe. Okay? ES and NQ go out with, ES goes out with an afternoon pullback in H and a nice price probe. NQ goes out with an first day of trend day that held. So they had a double distribution day, an afternoon pullback in H, and a price probe, a nice one. Look at this. ES got into that gap again on that spike the probe late in the day. Now, it doesn't get filled in after hours or maintenance. Have to fill it in regular trading hours. Now, SPX and SPY had already filled theirs. So we'll see if ES finishes the job tomorrow. The monthly is down, but an incredibly impressive monthly candle, which we'll look at when I go to the chart. This is balanced. We almost had an outside day up, but they failed. Both ES and NQ did not have an outside day up. They tried. Don't forget, though, we still have an outside week up with 2 days to go. We are now in balance on the daily. What is your balance? That's your preference. You can call it Friday through Wednesday, or you could use Thursday. We held the single prints, but we did get to the lower end of the upper distribution from Thursday. I think personally I'm going to use Thursday for now. It could change, but for now is my balance low. But today's the balance high. So what does that mean? Same with NQ. It means if we take out today's high tomorrow, we're up. Right back up to on the daily after coming back to balance this morning. We came back to balance on a gap lower, and now we have a potential to put the daily right up right away on the first day of the trading month tomorrow. So there's a lot happening here. An absolute failure by the Bears. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Gap lower, open and drive lower, to basically take it back in less than 2 hours. Just absolutely disgraceful. And then NQ goes out with a trend day up that holds and a beautiful price probe. And now they're pushing higher for now in the after hours. I had a good day. I didn't do anything after H period. I did not do anything after H. I did well on that, though, with the afternoon pullback against the last set of single prints and the 144 at that time. That was my last trade. Because to be honest with you, especially with SPY not holding trend at all, when we rallied back up, well, first of all, we spiked off of some BS tariff stuff again from China. Then we took it all back, and then we traded sideways for almost 2 hours until M period decided to do that. So I don't feel I missed anything. I had a good day, though, especially in A period, okay? I took a short to go get the overnight low in NQ. That worked out. One of my staple plays. Then there was some ebb and flow shorts, right? The Bears had a big time early 4-0 lead. Gap, value, indices, overnight low. I'm like, great. So I did well in A period. I actually took the turnover trade turned out to be really nice at 9:45 as it ripped lower pretty good, and I had a 3 lot on. I did take the short, even right before PCE, to get only on a 1 lot, and I got fortunate. Took the short before it happened. Now, ES didn't take out A's low. NQ did. I got 10 points and got out. And then after that, that was it for the Bears. Bears were done. The Bears were done for the day. As we grinded up all B period, when trend in C and NQ, ES failed to hold trend, but again, they basically the bulls took over for the remainder of the day. The MGI was mixed because you had value overlap in the lower a good part of the day. The indices were down on the day until the last 10 minutes of the day. Just amazing turnaround. So I got fortunate on that in B, and then I did, and this is how I keep the room out of trouble. When B period started going up, I took 1 short at half back, where half back was at the time. I lost 15 points on it, and at that point I told the room something's changed. I'm going to wait. Now, I didn't take any longs at that point, but I can tell you what, I didn't get caught. I didn't get in trouble at all. Now, I did not get the turnover. I didn't get the IB high. Or did I? And I didn't write it down. I'm trying to think of my trading. I don't have it written down, so I don't think I got the IB high, or maybe I didn't. I didn't write it down. Couldn't have been too memorable. But I did long. So D period, I long against single prints. Okay? I shorted against the gap fill, which paid me right away. So I did well in D period. And then in F period, I took a long against single prints. And again, I was long in H period as it pulled back for the afternoon pullback. And again, I didn't do anything after that. So it was a good day. As you can see, NQ is trading higher. ES also had traded higher. So we're going to see once the overnight opens if it takes out the maintenance period highs. Okay? If it doesn't, I will carry those forward because it's not only, it'll be a monthly high, right? So keep that in mind. Now, let's go to the charts. Look at this monthly candle. That is duly impressive. And all three of us look like this. Right? We are $72 off the lows of April. In fact, March closed where? March closed at 550. What the hell is it? 559.39. $5. That's it. Now, March's low isn't important to me at all. I just wanted to see how much we were down for the month, which is incredible comeback. What's important to me, plain and simple, is April's high. As impressive as this is, you need to take out April's high, and you would put it right back to balance and be holding, at least initially, this beautiful candle. So the bulls want to get that done sooner rather than later in May. We'll see if they do. But that's a great finish, but they are still down. The weekly had an outside week up, and late in the day, we're pushing up again. But I'm still calling it balance. I'll see how this week finishes out, but I would prefer to take out the weekly high of March 31st, which is 567.42, which coincides. That's the monthly. That's this month's high in April. So that definitely is important to me. So I will keep it in balance until we take out that April's high. So the weekly is balanced, the monthly is down, the daily is balance. Again, you decide. You want to call it 4-day or 5-day balance. However, if we take out today's high tomorrow, we're back to up. The 200-day move, the 50-day moving average is $4 above us right now in SPY. The 200 is still about $19, but we're above the 20-day now by about $20. And you notice it's been doing nothing but what? Going straight down. So we'll see at some point if that starts curling up. So an incredible, incredible afternoon. Well, really a whole day. After A period, the polls really wrestled control away. We have 89 million on the tape. And by the way, SPY's range ended up being $15. That's the 8th. Yep, not the first or second largest range of the year, but the 8th. The ranges have been stupendous. We have to do over 95 million to get into the top 10 volume. Not so sure we'll do that. But pretty interesting day. Again, if you made money, great job. It was not an easy day. Look, we lead everybody throughout these trading days. You want to know why I'm exhausted? 6.5 hours trying to decipher this as a live webinar. So come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. And we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.